So you found yourself in Vermont. I bet you have a lot of questions. Why does the air smell so good? Who are you? Where's Bernie Sanders? But most importantly, what do I do? Well, as someone who spent the first 19 years of my life in this beautiful state, I feel qualified to answer. So today, I'm gonna take you with me on some of my favorite experiences that Vermont has to offer.
First, we're gonna head to the Ben & Jerry's factory in Waterbury, Vermont.
One of the products that Vermont is most known for is obviously Ben & Jerry's ice cream. So today we are at the Ben & Jerry's factory where we're going to be taking a tour and eating some delicious ice cream as well as making our own. So let's go.
You start with a tour of the factory where you learn about the history of Ben & Jerry's as well as the production process. They can make 400,000 pints of ice cream per day in this factory, and you get a sample of whatever they're making at the end of the tour. We booked the Flavor Fanatic experience, so it's time to put on our tie-dye lab coats.
Never tell if I'm spilling anything red, orange, yellow, green, blue, or purple anywhere on it.
There we go. Woo! You two will be helping me make a very special Ben & Jerry's style maple walnut ice cream using some true, local, honest-to-God Vermont maple syrup. Would you like to try a little taste of our maple syrup?
100% of the time.
All right. It's strong. There we go.
First, we mix the maple with the cream base mix to make a sort of soft-serve maple ice cream.
What you are looking at
This is very satisfying.
is ice cream at its prime.
Oh,
Pure,
it's so
true,
good.
soft-serve maple ice cream.
Wow.
Next, it's time to add in the chunks. We're adding these nuts, these walnuts. We're adding walnuts. Then, all you have to do is mix it all together and enjoy.
Cheers!
Next, you have to go to the flavor graveyard.
We come here today to pay our respects to those fallen flavors, which are no longer sold on grocery store shelves nationwide, and now only live in our hearts.
They have actual gravestones for all the discontinued flavors. I got a bit emotional over some. And of course, before you leave, you gotta grab a scoop at the scoop shop. Or two. Next up is this tiny barn that has the best burgers I've ever eaten. It's called the Burger Barn and it's open seasonally in Jeffersonville, Vermont. And their burgers are really, really good.
Is it good? I love this burger.
It's not uncommon to see people lined up waiting to order from their extensive menu. Some of the more creative burgers they offer include the Nutty Goat, my favorite, which has maple-covered walnuts and goat cheese, the Samuel de Champlain, which has apples, brie, and prosciutto, or the Yankee Doodle, which is a mac and cheese burger. Not only do the burgers taste fantastic, but they use lots of local ingredients like local beef, local cheeses, and local vegetables to make them extra special. It's absolutely worth a trip to Jeffersonville just to get one of these burgers. You will not regret it.
One of the things you can't go a Vermont summer without is a maple creamy, which is what they call maple soft serve in Vermont. A creamy is soft serve. If you ask for soft serve in Vermont, people are going to stare at you. If you ask for a creamy elsewhere, people are going to stare at you. My favorite place to get a maple creamy is Palmer Lane Maple in Jericho, Vermont. They make all their own maple, which they put in their creamies, and they get their cream locally.
Oh, it's so good.
They always have 4 flavors available, and you can get any of them with maple sprinkles made from crumbled maple candy, and it's delicious. These maple sprinkles are amazing.
They also have incredible maple candies that they make themselves. If you're in Vermont, you have to have a maple creamy, and you can't do better for that than Palmer Lane Maple.
Vermont has more breweries per capita than any other state in the entire United States, so naturally when you're here you should visit at least one brewery and tour it and try their beer. So today I'm here at the Von Trapp Brewery, named after and run by those Von Trapps, to take a tour and to obviously drink some of their delicious Austrian-inspired beers.
You'll start off with a tour of the brewery, where you'll learn all about their beer production process and some fun beer facts. Like how different malts affect the flavor of the beer, and why hoppy beers make you sleepy. Or how yeast can be used over and over again. They also have a beer hall where you can try some great Austrian food, like bratwurst and schnitzel. And of course, get some more beer. It's a really great brewery with wonderful food and beer and people, and I can't recommend it enough.
You could also go for a hike up one of the many mountains, like Mount Mansfield, which we're on right now, which is the tallest mountain in Vermont. And there are some lovely views at the top. It's called the Green Mountain State for a reason.
It's a relatively easy hike and only takes a few hours to get to the top. And you'll feel great when you get there. But you can also hike halfway up to Cantilever Rock and still take in the beautiful views. Finally, if you're in Vermont, you have to visit Burlington. It's the biggest city in the state, but it's still a pretty small town. Head to Church Street, where you can shop and explore and eat great food. Or
Visit the world's tallest filing cabinet!
finally, finish your day by relaxing on the waterfront. Vermont really is a lovely place that I feel lucky enough to have called my home for the first 19 years of my life. And there's a whole lot to do, see, and eat. And I definitely recommend taking a trip there if you ever get the chance.
I hope you enjoyed your time here in Vermont. I've had a lot of fun.